How is it going, people? Right, we carry on from the last video as we head into the Peak District. Just want to say a huge thank you to anybody who became a Patreon. It means the world to me, and I love the support that I got on my last video. But anyway, let's head into the Peak District, and I'm just going to say this video is just a wet and soggy one. As much as it is sunshine now, it doesn't really last. So let's head into Castleton and see what work we can find. So, one of the jobs I've been meaning to do for a while is fit a USB socket in my dashboard. Now, I have all these millions of buttons, and, I'm slowly replacing them with switches. I'm going to put pointless stuff in there, a klaxon horn and all sorts. But, out with the old light switch that ran to the back, might even use the power feed off that, I'm not entirely sure yet. That was funny. I was like, wiring this up, and somehow I must have touched them together or something and blew the fuse. I was like, why have I suddenly gone from having 12 volts to having like 0.5 of a volt? That baffled me. Yeah, tracked down the fuse, I've blown the fuse. I don't know, but we'll wire it up now and see if it works. So the whole idea of me putting this USB socket in was to power this fan that I've got. Now, it's a brilliant fan. It's got 3 speeds, but it only works when it feels like it. And no, it's not the socket, because I've tried it on a power bank and all sorts, and it still kicks in and out whenever it feels like it. Like, if I turn it on now, here, push this button, nothing, nada, not even going to work, look. Which is quite funny, because I remember I spoke to the company that I bought it off. I think it was like 18 quid or something. Mentioned it to them, and they're like try another place to power it, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, yes. And then they're like, messaged me like, oh, as a kind gesture, we'll give you £2 back for the inconvenience. I was like, what? So I just messaged them back, said, not being funny, but either you give me a replacement or a full refund. It's kind of simple, really, isn't it? So we'll hear back from that one. But yeah, I think it works whenever it feels like it. I mean, don't know, I probably could take that switch off and try and hardwire it, but then it doesn't really work like that. So yeah, well, we'll see what they say when they get back to me. But it's more just to push a bit more air around. Ugh. When it's hotter and sweatier and horrible, and obviously fans don't really do much when it's stupidly hot. It's just going to blow hot air at you, but we can circulate some air, and a little's better than nothing. Do you know what I mean? A little's better than nothing. How's it going, people? Oh, yeah, I'm in the Peak District. I've had a few little jobs coming to me while I'm here. You know, it's quite handy that. I've started to do that a bit more often. Started to do that more often these days, with saying I'm in a certain area and people just like to come to me instead, so I ain't really got to move. But unfortunately, in the last couple of days, it's been a bit on and off with the old rain up here. As soon as I got here, it was pissing it down. Do you know what I mean? Which is always handy. So working between the rain showers, it's make do what I've got. You know what I mean? So no major massive jobs, just little bits that just keep lying in the pocket a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I will say if it is a bit windy, sorry. This is the Peak District. Yeah, I've went on a man lorry, looking at that. Had a turbo go recently, had some work done on it, and yeah, it's still playing up with some certain bits. I didn't fit the turbo, just to clarify that. I haven't done any work on it, just told me to have a look at it. Yeah, but I just wanted to inform you all, you know, obviously with me saying about Portugal, well, France, Spain, Portugal, looks like it's going to be start of October, which is the plan. It's all working to plan, it's all going to plan. You know, I'm quite chuffed with that. You know, things have come together. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not rolling in money, but it seems to be a steady flow to the point where I'm feeling confident. Do you know what I mean? I've set up different things. You know, I don't know if you've seen that Revolut where you can exchange money and all this, that and the other. So I've set one of them up, so I've got a card for that as well. So when I go over, I've got money to spend. I won't get charged £1 million from my bank. Yeah. So it's just ticking the things off the list. Obviously got the exhaust done on the van. There's a few little bits and bobs. Today I've put that USB socket in the front. So yeah, a few little bits and bobs. Like you say, it's just making sure the van's all good. I want to do the brakes again. Probably put a new set of brake pads in it and get a spare set. I want to get the tensioner, auxiliary belt tensioner. Get a spare one of them. Just have spares. You know, it's always good to have spares. You know, because you don't want to leave yourself in the shit, especially when you're in a foreign country. You know, don't get me wrong. This is all a novice thing to me. I've never done it before. I never took a vehicle over to abroad. You know, I've never done that. I've flown over twice to Spain when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? I think the last time I went over when I was 18. I'm now 33. And you said 32 then. 33. Oh, 33.
And cue the big swarm of, oh, now I'm old. I know I'm not old, but it's like, wow, where did the time go?
But yeah, obviously there's bits I want to do. I've got a fly net to go on the sliding door, which I might actually try and do that later. Actually, I forgot I even had that. Handy. What do I'm going to get back, actually. That'd be something to do, wouldn't it? I'm just between jobs at the minute. It's not, while I'm up north, because obviously I came up for the stag do, and now I've travelled over to the Peak District and doing bit jobs here. I think I've got one job in Doncaster. There's another job in Leeds. There's another job in Lower Peak District. Ooh, windy. I think it's going to rain in a minute. So I apologise for the windy noise. Again, you can see, look around me, there's little people just running across the top of the mountains. It's not obviously on their hikes on the old Castleton Pass. Like I say, in the next couple of, one of the next couple of videos, I will get a new set of brake pads and just give my brakes overhaul again, just to make sure they're all good. Might leave that a little bit longer though. Might leave that one more closer to actually going. Do you know what I mean? And then got a spare set of brake pads, at least for the front. Obviously, there's a lot of this when you get to like France, Spain, and into Portugal. It's just, yeah, some of the roads are crazy, but. There is something coming up which hopefully if it falls into place it's going to be amazing, right? And you're going to love it, and I'm going to love it, and it's just like, yes, put it this way, a purchase, well, an exchange for doing some work. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, but stay tuned for that one because it's going to be epic. Some might say it's silly, but I think it's a brilliant idea. And I've always wanted one, so yeah, stay tuned for that one. If you ain't already, I've actually put a hint out on my Patreon. I set up a Patreon now, so if you do want to go over there and join my Patreon, I'll put content up a couple of days early, and I'll put stuff that I don't put on Instagram and I don't put on YouTube on there, so you get sort of like behind the scenes kind of thing going on. But yeah, you know, there's no pressure again. You know, obviously with the buy me a coffee link, any money that I make goes towards future videos and adventures. Do you know what I mean? So, but anyway, enough of that waffling. I want to go back to the van, have a sandwich, have a coffee. I maybe get that fly screen up. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes.
And that is the fly net in. Now, don't get me wrong, that was a right faff. And yeah, it's a bit saggy in certain places, but it still magnetises up when you open and shut it. So that's a win. The only downfall is because my top roller goes through the inside of the van, not through the roof of the van. Yeah, that's the battle you have there. But happy days.
Oh, good morning, people. Good morning. It is a wet and horrible day today. It is a wet and horrible day. So I haven't got anything toothpaste by my mouth, just brush my teeth. But today, I am still in the Peak District. It is soggy and horrible. Really soggy and horrible. It's meant to be like it all day. And I've got an old Merc that's parked over the road from me. It needs the rear brakes cleaning out and sorting. Probably not the best weather for it, but it is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. I've got to make that money. Really not feeling it because it's pissing down. It's not really the getting wet part that annoys me. It's the drying off part afterwards. So yeah. Let's have a bash for this. That is that job done. I got soggy. I don't like getting soggy, but needs must, you know. I can't just say, no, I ain't doing it because it's raining. I can't afford to do that, put it that way, right? So I took my big boy pants on, put my waterproofs on and get out there. Got it done. Now, Alex has got an old Merc, as you've already seen. The brakes just, I went for an MOT and I think it said the brakes came back as there was a little bit off. Took the rear drums off and they were just full of dust. Obviously brake dust eventually just makes your brakes shit. And he said they ain't been off in like 2 years, so there's no surprising there. So yeah, glad to get them off, cleaned them all out, adjusted them all back in again and then put it all back together on the rear, and now he's got brakes again. So, and his handbrake is like Colin McRae's crazy hand, I swear. Which is really good for one of them. But yeah, I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. I need to go over to a job in Doncaster, which I'll take you with me obviously, but I ain't gonna go over there till later on, and then I'm gonna stay on I think it's on a fishery or something, stay there, and then tomorrow morning I've got a starter motor on Mark II Iveco daily, which is raining again, so fun. Wet times for me. It's meant to be summer. What's going on? Anyway, yeah. Right, I'm gonna sit down, get a coffee, and get a bit of editing done because I need to get some video. Need to get a video up. This one's taking me for ages. For ages? This one's taking me for ages. It's taking me ages. Oh. Right, well that's us all packed up. I've heard a little rumour that the Beechwoods are down the bottom of this road. Person I did work for this morning said that he drove past the Beechwoods down the bottom there. So if they're there, go say hello to them, shall we? Before we head over to Doncaster. Doncaster. Nice drive that is, nice drive. Boring one. Anyway. Good old donkey. I love my bus, but after she's sat still for probably like 3-4 days, my handbrakes just doesn't let go properly. But you just have to sort of caress it back and forth a couple of times, and then she lets go. There we go. Ah, we're rolling. There we go. There we go. Sorted. Just got to know about your van. Just got to know about your van. Now, slight change of plan. I wanted to go to Doncaster tonight and stay there and then work on the van tomorrow. But I've been rolling around in the rain. And as I come down the road, I've stopped off to say hello to the Beechwoods. And then Phil's here and Paul's here. And Paul, right, he's a feeder. And he's a good feeder at that. What a chef as well, right? Every time I meet this guy, he always feeds me something, like some must feast. Last time I saw him, I think he had a big barbecue going on and all sorts. But this time, look at this. Look at that. I'm going to dig into that and get some of this editing done. Oh, buzzing.
So I think they wanted to have Bluetooth, and that's been wired in. This stereo actually bumps really, really nice, so that's awesome. Automatic. Wanted something that I didn't have to worry about shifting in. I wanted to be honest, encourage control, zoom up,
Mate, it was boring that one.
Nah, that was the best meal I've had in a week, in a couple of weeks, that bad boy, isn't it?
I had to take my peppers out.
What's he saying? Take your peppers out. Oh yeah, a bit spicy, mate. Don't like it spicy. So I've just got back in the van, the laptop's turned off. I think I was out there for longer than I thought I was. And I was in the middle of editing. Oh, please don't say I've lost all I've just done. Please say it just saved it, or it's just going to turn back on and be there. What a pain in the arse. Fingers crossed, eh? Anyway, I'm going to sit here and get this done so it's boring. So I'm not going to just waste your time with that. So, I'll see you lot in the morning when we head over to Doncaster. Ta-da.
And you heard that right, we're starting my morning off listening to the Booty Man song. But anyway, let's get some miles down this and get over to Doncaster.
Thing I have noticed, like last night I was like, did I fill up? I think I need to fill up before I, actually go and drive. Or while I'm driving to this job, I'll need to fill up. Well, turns out I filled up before I parked up. So we're laughing. But one big fucking boo-boo is I went through Sheffield And now it's a clean air zone, isn't it? Great. So now I have to pay this clean air zone bill. Oh, is that a standard mate for any vehicle? Or are they going to literally bend me over and put the hand on my bottom because I've got a big 2.8 turbo diesel with no eco-friendly parts on it? Ah, wow. We'll find out later when I park up. I think, wow, go and do this job and then we'll park up and then I'll probably pay that. Oh, well that just made my job a little bit less worthwhile. I can imagine it's going to be more than a tenner. I don't know. I've never looked into it. I never know what city's going to have well, clean air zone shit, because I don't watch TV and I don't watch the news. So maybe my own fault. Oh well. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left.
So let's get to work getting this starter motor off. Now, do you know what? Before, I've never done one of these before on this van, but I've done loads of starter motors before. So it's not always rocket science, but sometimes they're a little bit more fiddly than others. And with this one, oh, was it fiddly? Wasn't exactly straightforward, put it that way. And with a small bucket load of swearing, the new starter motor is in. Now let's see if she runs. So while I'm here, let's just double check some connections. Let's make sure the alternator is charging well, because at first it was kicking in and out, but now it seems to have fixed it. So happy days.
Right, I am covered in crap, but we are packed up for the night. Obviously the vehicle that I've just worked on is Wildcat, so Wildcat on the road. There you are, I'll give you a little shout out, you know what I mean? Obviously starter motor wasn't one of the things, we got that sorted. That was a pain in the arse. That was like, I had to drop the manifold down, well the downpipe down and out of the way, and then work blind like this, with what I can only describe as hands and fingers moving backwards like they shouldn't move to get that off and back on again. Oh, but now, bam, straight on the key, bam, straight on the key, 5 straight up, purrs. That's a good little van, that, I like that. So yeah, I'm packed up on where she's packed for now. She's looking after her place, and I thought, you know what? She's like, do you know what? If you want to park up here for the night and have somewhere safe to park up, you're more than welcome. So if you're watching this, thank you very much. I'm gonna stay here tonight before I got a job. Huddersfield. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember where I am. I can't remember I'm going tomorrow. Got to wait for the customer to message me tomorrow to see if you got the bits. So yeah, have a chill one, get some editing done, and get on top of stuff. Might even have a little game later. Might even see what CJ's up to. Get on the old farming simulator. Yeah. Oh, for a Sunday, I'm done. For a Sunday, I'm done. I'm gonna make some food. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet though. I don't know what I've got. Oh, but I know one thing is calling. The good stuff, the good stuff. So another huge thank you to anyone who's joined my Patreon, anyone who's bought me a coffee, or everybody who supports me. But yeah, I'll leave this one here and we'll carry on from here in the next one. Don't forget to keep it real, keep it safe, keep it true, and I'll catch you guys later. Ta-da.